18 Values that Chinese people need to understand urgently. Xiefeng. August 18, 2021. I am watching China heading toward purgatory, so I am warning everyone of their urgent need to understand the following 18 truths. With your understanding, there may be some room for reversal, otherwise, there will only be wailing and regrets. It is not that US imperialists want us to die, but that the West never gives up its hope of helping us. It is not that mainland China should liberate Taiwan, but that we should hope for Taiwan to liberate the mainland. Mao Zedong's thoughts will bring no happiness to the Chinese people, but only poverty and disasters. Our government is unreliable, the more you rely on it, the more you will suffer. Chinese government officials at all levels are failing to serve the people, but rather are oppressing and exploiting them. Programs are more reliable than moral preaching. We need more program construction and less moral preaching. Confucian culture is the root cause of China's inability to produce Nobel Prize winners. Xiefeng-style communism is the only way for the Chinese nation to achieve happiness. Confrontation with the United States is the path to death. Uniting a centralized country by marriage is the same as prostitution. The stronger the control becomes, the more cunning the people will become. Most common people's crimes are forced upon them by officials, therefore, the common people are not guilty, but the officials are. All those who praise the heads of government and the ruling party are bastards. A government that does not allow freedom of speech should and must be abandoned. Why would anyone want or need such a government? There is no need for power, but there is for bread and freedom. There is no need for a country, but to live and work in peace and contentment. Where there is freedom, there is the best place for peaceful lives. Without freedom, you cannot live in peace, so for what do you want or need an unfree country? Small amounts of chicken soup for the soul and religious preaching are supplements. But large amounts of them are toxic and can poison people's minds. Those who are oppressed, bullied, and exploited, but do not resist, are tantamount to pigs or dogs, therefore, they will only fight back when they are driven beyond the limits of their endurance. Everybody carries the COVID-19 virus. Xiefeng. June 16, 2020. As the COVID-19 pandemic keeps spreading throughout the world, all countries continue their efforts to avoid it out of fear that they might catch it, and wearing masks has become a main method of preventing its spread. I would like to inform everyone that these external preventive measures, including wearing surgical masks, will not work. Whether people will be infected by the virus or not, depends completely on the qi that they possess. That is to say that those who are supposed to catch the disease, even if they remain fully insulated, will get sick, but those who are not supposed to get it, even if they bathe in water that is fully contaminated with the virus, will not. My viewpoint is supported by the following three theories. Holographic theory. According to cosmic holographic theory, even while latent, all subsystems contain all the information of their systems and all the information of the universe. Any subsystem is a microcosm of its system and therefore a microcosm of the universe. A medical doctor can order a blood test from one drop of our blood, and all the information about our bodies can be determined from that single drop. Through that test data, the doctor can determine what diseases we have because every cell of the body contains all the information about the body. This is the cosmic holographic theory. It can be concluded that once the COVID-19 virus came into existence, everyone in the world became infected with it, and this has nothing to do with their location or whether they have guarded against it. Those who deny this, deny cosmic holography. The truth of Buddhism. One flower, one world, one leaf, one Bodhi, the Buddha said, everyone owns Buddha nature. All humans can become Buddha. The truth of Buddhism shows that human self-nature owns everything. Self-nature can generate all dharma, and all dharma is generated from self-nature. This tells us that each of us has both the most beauty in the world and the most ugliness in the world. We can also infer logically that everyone owns a devil's nature and a beast's nature. Whether people achieve Buddhahood or fall to a demonic level depends on their self-nature. Therefore, it can be concluded that whether we become infected by the virus or not depends on our self-nature. not on our preventive measures such as wearing masks. If one thinks that someone is infected by exposure to someone else, it shows that they do not understand the truth of Buddhism. The principle of causation. All dharma is a void except karma. If one wants to understand their past lives, then they should study what they receive in this life. The principle of causation tells us that reality is only the projection of one's consciousness. One suffers because they have ever sinned, one is blessed and can live at ease and comfort because they have accumulated merits and virtues. You reap what you have sown. Those who take baths often and wash their clothes regularly will not get lice, but those who do not do so will acquire them. The birth and spread of COVID-19 needs to meet certain conditions, so whether one gets infected and sick depends on whether they meet those conditions. If they meet them, then they will become infected and get sick, but if they do not meet them, then they will not get sick even if they become immersed with them. I have written more than 260 articles over the last 17 years as warnings to the world, which have been disseminated across the internet. The current state of the today's world and sceneries of a future world have been heralded clearly by them. Although it is too late for mankind to turn the corner, the laws and principles of life and life do work at all times. I want mankind to know that the only way to escape from your current crisis but to walk the propitious path is to change your traditional mode of production and life, and that the way for individuals to escape from this crisis and to lead blessed lives is to take the way of the greatest creator and follow the road of Lifechanyuan. If you think that I am wrong and that you are right, then just follow your own path and you will find out.